Is a throttle controller really all that? Is it a scam? Today, we're gonna be finding out. Well, I'm gonna be giving you my honest opinion on throttle controllers. Let's get into the video. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Human 4x4. And if you're not new around here, welcome back. Today, we're talking everything throttle controllers, okay? This is gonna be an anecdotal, not really evidence-based, but anecdotal video. I thought I would share my thoughts. I've been having my EVC throttle controller in the NP300 for about 6 months now. So I think I've got a pretty good understanding of how it works, what benefits I've found and how I use it especially, okay? Let's get into it. First of all, in all my videos where I talk about modifications, EGR delete, DPF delete, all of that stuff, if you wanna check out all that stuff, it's on my channel. Go ahead and click on the top right-hand corner, right? But I always talk about how these things work first of all, because before you do any sort of modification to your vehicle, you need to really understand what you're doing and how it works, okay? Because then you get a better insight on how to use it properly and how the system works. So, a throttle controller, what is it? What does it do? The throttle controller, all it does is it just alters the signal between your accelerator pedal and the ECM or ECU, or the engine control module, whatever you want to call it, whatever your brand calls it, the ECU, right? That's all it does. It alters the signal between the accelerator pedal and the ECU, okay? It doesn't add power, it just adds throttle response. It gives the mimic of adding power. So online you see all this sort of shit with like, oh, it adds power, it does this, it does that. It doesn't. All it does is it makes you think you've added power, because the more you press on the accelerator pedal, the more your car feels alive. EVC, Ultimate9, all these different ones, they have new models, new versions, but basically you have 3 different modes on each throttle controller. You've got eco mode, you've got ultimate mode, and then you've got automatic mode, right? I'm not gonna dive super deep on each of these things because I drive on economy mode pretty much day to day. I drive economy mode, okay? And my fuel efficiency is about 10 liters per 100, which is pretty good because I've got a full ute, right? When I'm off-road, or if I'm feeling a little bit fruity, I'll do Ultimate9, which is full throttle response. Now, I can tell you from personal experience, the NP300 does struggle with throttle lag. Like, it does feel a little bit laggy. I think it's because of the twin turbo setup that it has. When I put it in Ultimate9, it does mimic it not having that lag, if that makes sense. It really does change the feel of the vehicle. When I'm on economy, you definitely can change, you feel a big difference. It feels a lot slower, but it's not, it just feels a lot slower because it just delays your input of your accelerator pedal, okay? The automatic modes in most throttle controllers literally just learn your driving habits. So you can just stick it in auto, and then when you're feeling a little bit like Ultimate9, it'll recognize that, or if you're feeling a little bit more economy, it'll feel like that. But I just change them on the fly as I go. You can see this is the Ultimate9 one. For pricing, it's pretty good. You can usually get them on a deal for less than 200 bucks. A lot of people sell them on Marketplace, like whatever. You can get them secondhand, which is even better. But literally, it's the easiest install ever. You just pretty much plug it into your throttle controller. You plug your throttle controller loom into your accelerator pedal. Some cars don't have the right throttle accelerator pedal system. So on a D22 ZD30, you can't find throttle controllers. Something to note. So I've talked a little bit about what the controller is. I've talked a little bit about my personal experiences with a throttle controller. Now, they are kind of all the same. I know there's different brands. EVC Ultimate is kind of like the main brand that does every single car. As I said before, some cars don't have the right setup, like the ZD30 D22, so you can't have one of these throttle controllers. You probably could bypass it or hardwire it, but these are really, really easy to install. You can remove it easily as well. It doesn't void warranty because this is not a tune. It is not adding horsepower. It's not doing anything like that. It's simply altering the signal of your input from your foot to the ECU. That's all it does. I've talked about price a little bit. You can usually get them for under 200 bucks. I think I got mine on special deal from Super Cheap Auto or something like that, right? So they're pretty cheap. It's one of the best mods I would suggest anyone doing, especially for off-roading, but also everyday use. When I'm off-roading on Ultimate9 mode, I'm usually getting like 11 liters per 100. But when I'm, daily driving, because this is a daily NP300, I'm pretty much getting 10 liters per 100. Okay, so it does actually help fuel efficiency between the different modes. Now, I don't really know what the fuel efficiency was like without this and without my car loaded, because when I first bought it, it was obviously like 3 tons, but now it's a little bit more. I would say this is probably one of the first mods you should do to your modern day four-wheel drive. It really does improve the overall experience and drive that you can have. And yeah, I would say it is definitely a worthwhile investment. I've never really heard any bad reviews or bad stories about a throttle controller, whether it be Ultimate9 or a different tech world or whatever it might be.
Hello. Wait, talk about music license.
I'm talking about this throttle controller. So yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you've enjoyed some. I hope you've learned something as well. If you do end up installing one of these, please let me know in the comments how you went, or if you've had one before, had any bad experiences, let me know as well in the comment section down below. I'll reply to all the comments. And without further ado, have a good day. See you later. Peace.